look at what we have. It is fantastic. Thank you all for coming today. Before we get started, I want to recognize Barbie Irwin, who is our resident board chairman. Thank you for being here today. Thank you. Mr. Dom, Henry Dom, who is our vice president of the Condo Council. Peter Rigby, who is our Condo Council president. Thank you very much for your support. I really appreciate it. I also want to recognize Mr. Dom and all the members of the ad hoc committee who have been instrumental in helping us out with all the construction meetings and making sure that the information gets relayed to our residents. Thank you very much to you and all the members of the ad hoc committee, and also to Andy and his team who have been instrumental in getting the construction going on for StoneGates. Thank you very much. I'd like to ask David Cantera to come up and get us started with this great day.
Thank you, Jessica. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. We're blessed with a beautiful day. I was here in 1999 at 31 years old, so that was 26 years ago, when my dad was standing in this same spot with his partner George Snyder and Pierce Crompton to embark upon the expansion of the healthcare wing. And that was then, and neither of those two fellas are around, but I think they'd be proud to see what is going here today. And this really started when Kathy Nealon expressed 5 or 6 years ago that we need assisted living and memory care. And we looked at the stormwater retention area that I think since time began, nobody thought StoneGates had any more room. I called my engineer, Jeff Bross, who unfortunately passed last year, and I said, Jeff, take a look at this without spending any money, and let us know what we have. Is there the potential to bury stormwater and fit something here? And very quickly he said, yes, I think there is the possibilities. We further explored the situation and did spend some money and ciphered the footprint and size building, size rooms we could accommodate here. And we moved forward on what really ended up being a 4-year planning and permitting period with this and the conservatory project. But I really think we've done something here that nobody had envisioned was possible with the limited available space out here at StoneGates. But I would like to thank our building partners, Edis and their team. They have been fantastic. They have brought their A game with everybody from their top CEO, Brian DeSabatino, who's here with us today, his top operations man, Eric Fay, our project manager, Joe Cott, and the daily on-site superintendent, Larry Carroll. These fellas have brought their A game every day. They are completely into this project and have handled it expertly, and we couldn't ask for more. Their coordination, thank you, please. Their coordination with our staff, particularly Andy Kasperzak, our operations director, has been seamless, and I really think we've accomplished no complaints, no problems that we didn't see coming, and headed off from a lot of planning from the beginning. I would also like to thank the fellas from Devon Steel. They've been around in our community since 1962. Mr. Devon Sr. is still alive at 94 years old, and his son Don Jr. Is still at it, and their foreman, Brian, and his crew. Brian's been with them 40 years. They have done a terrific job, and with adverse wind and rain conditions, they have pushed hard to get us where we are to have this event today. And I'd like to thank Brian and the Devon Steel Gang. This project is in its building phase, but before you know it, we are going to have a building and rooms and hallways to occupy and take care of. And StoneGates is prepared and ready for that challenge with our staff who's been doing this for 40 years, and we are seamlessly going to be able to manage this, staff it, and really put out something that is not in this community. We are building when others are not. This is an environment with inflation, financing, and bureaucratic processes that are very steep hills to climb. But we are building when others are not. And we're patient. And because of the strong ownership of StoneGates, we can do these projects very comfortably and confidently. And I'm pleased to tell you that we're here for many more years, and this should evidence our commitment to StoneGates. With this, I'd like to hand this microphone to Brian DeSabatino, the CEO of EDIS, and he is a man that you don't want to follow in a speech. And I'm proud to invite my friend Brian to take the mic.
Thanks for having me. Yes. Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
David, it is a real honor. I'll tell this story about 5 more times, so every ceremony, I'm just going to apologize in advance. I'm going to tell this story over and over and over again. I got a call from Dave, and Dave says, hey, Brian, we're thinking about doing this expansion in StoneGates. And before he got the word out, would ya? I was all over it. And I said, Dave, you don't understand. Number one, I love you, and I loved your dad, and our dads were friends. And frankly, if you hired anybody else, I'd kill you. And so absolutely I wanted to do this, but most of all, because you had built such a great reputation here at StoneGates. And I don't think, and I lived at West Farm, right next door, that I don't think I had any appreciation for what a great vision your dad had and what a great job you and Cheska and Andy are doing here until I stepped inside this gate and got to see firsthand what you're doing. I have made such great friends here, and I know that our team has made great friends here. Is anybody part of this walking club that I saw people wearing vests? Yeah? Okay, all right. Your membership dues are up coming. I think it's May 1st. But so we've made friends with the walking club. I understand Larry. Has anybody met Larry Carroll, our superintendent? I understand he has about 125 assistant superintendents that take a look and make sure he's doing a good job. So keep it up. Be a nudge. Make sure Larry's doing his job. And I'll give you my email if you see anything. But you know, I have new friends here. Mrs. Grave. I would have been here earlier, but she blocked me in the hallway. I was trying to make up lost time, and she'd move a little bit to the left and then cut me off, and then I tried to do her, and then she'd cut me off to the right. So Mrs. Grape is my brand new friend. But I discovered that I know her son David. We played golf together. We go way back. And speaking of going way back, there are 2 of my very best mentors in this business. They've been with me my entire career. Gene Julian is sitting. How about a round of applause for Gene Julian? Gene is one of the reasons I am here today. Gene taught me almost everything that I know. I say almost because there are surrogates, His wife Donna and I served on the St. Francis Hospital Foundation Board for years, and we helped rejuvenate something that was what people thought was a lost cause. So I learned an awful lot from Donna Julian. What a great heart. Where is John Burris? So if you haven't met John Burris and you don't know John Burris, John should have been our governor. All right, so John, there's still chance. There is still chance. So if you ever want Monday morning politics, just cozy on over to where John and Kathy live, because John recruited me 40 years ago, it feels like, about 40 years ago, to be part of something called the Young Executives at the Delaware State Chamber of Commerce. And because, John, because of what you did for me, I have my entire career had a network of great friends, including you and Kathy. So thank you so much. But I think my ability to just sort of scan the audience and make new friends in the hallway is just an indication of the culture that is here. And what you're about to embark upon, I believe, is part of your special sauce. So Dave asked if we could give a little bit of a history of the beam signing, the beam lifting, that whole beam raising thing. And I have to be quite honest with you, I had no idea why we do this. So Dave, I appreciate you asking because now I know. And actually I'm going to make it up because I didn't like the answer that I got. So is there anybody from a Scandinavian, Norwegian background? Sort of, yes?
I'm not, but I...
But you're not, but you're gonna claim it. Good. Good. Well, I'm glad there are not too many Scandinavians because it was your idea, but the Italians today were gonna steal it. I'm sure this was an Italian idea. So the Scandinavians, when they built their timber buildings, they needed to know when the timber dried. So they would hoist a fir tree up to the top of the structure, and when the needles fell, it gave them an indication of when all of the shrinkage of the wood took place. And I don't know if that's actually true, but that's what I read, right? And so the hoisting of the tree as the symbol is an indication of what was supposed to happen on the building. And then over time, it became a symbol because I believe that if we really take a look, nobody's celebrating. I'm sorry for the concrete people. Nobody's really celebrating when the last piece of concrete foundation got done, right? The idea that we look up, right? Nobody looks down. Nobody wants to look down. We want to look up. We want to be aspirational. And I think the idea that when the Devon Company sets their piece of steel, we're going to look up. We're going to look up at something your dad probably aspired to have, something that Dave, your vision and your team's vision aspired to have. We're going to look up at a piece of steel. So over time, from the fir tree to today, you've seen Christmas trees and flags and all kind of ornamentations on buildings. And by the way, the active crane, I am sitting here telling a story about the topping off of steel while the masters of it are sitting in the audience. This is so nerve-wracking. So I'm sure that the people from Active Crane actually invented this tradition 1,000 years ago, so I should probably give you credit. But over the years, we began to do the ornamentation of buildings with a flag, a poster, a Christmas tree, a whatever. But over time, our family has begun to incorporate the idea of signing the beam, to memorializing, to letting your legacy lay within the contents of the building. So you put your names on here, and for generations, they'll come back to look at it. Now, we build one heck of a building, but someday they're going to need to renovate it, maybe in 80 or 90 years, and they're going to find your name. So David, it's a real honor for us to participate in a ceremony like this, because we believe that it's completely in keeping with your culture. To leave your legacy, sign your name, lift your head, look up, be aspirational. So thank you. And I don't know what's next in the ceremony, but I think we should do it whatever it is. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we invite you to just please sit over here and watch the beam go up.
Yeah.
So you got 8 left, 10.
Well, you have to complicate.
Thank you.